Today, we are going to be talking about training while traveling. I have coached thousands of people to get in the best shape of their life, and many of these clients are executive level clients or entrepreneurs that have to travel with their work. And if you're traveling frequently, you must remain in your routine, including your workout routine. Even if you're traveling sporadically or for something like pleasure, one of the most effective things that you can do is to, one, stay active, meaning getting in your steps, and two, continuing with your workout routine, because you are going to be eating out frequently. And when you eat out, restaurant food is always more caloric and also nearly impossible to estimate the amount of calories because you don't know everything that went into the preparation of that food. So today, we're gonna talk about how to work out while traveling under worst case scenarios. I'm not talking about working out at the one hotel in Miami. Clearly, that place is stacked with equipment. You can maintain your normal workout program while there. I'm talking about situations where you are limited to things like a bench, dumbbells that perhaps only go up to 50 pounds, bands, and maybe if you're lucky, some sort of cable apparatus. Under these circumstances, I'm gonna give you a few to-dos and a few do-nots. The first to-do is to use single arm or single leg movements. Think about it. If you have both of your legs in a movement, you are clearly gonna need more weight than if you're only doing one leg in a movement. And so an example of this would, instead of starting with something like dumbbell squats, you would start with something like Bulgarian split squats. Instead of doing something like RDLs, you would do assisted single leg RDLs. What we wanna do is divide and conquer, because under that situation, you are going to need less weight to stimulate your muscles. The most important thing while training is taking your muscle within proximity to failure. And when you're limited by weight, the problem is that it's going to take a ton of repetitions to do that, or you may not even efficiently be able to do that. So by splitting up your legs, you're gonna be able to divide and conquer. And the same is often true with your upper body. A one-arm bench press is more challenging than a two-arm dumbbell bench press. So my first suggestion to you would be to divide and conquer, use single leg or single arm patterns. My name's Jacob Zemer, and I've helped thousands of people get in the best shape of their life. There are plenty of apps out there that focus on your training or your nutrition or even your health. However, very few apps address all three aspects. And in order to get in the best shape, you must address all of them. For that reason, my app has an educational program that will teach you about preventative health, blood work, cardiovascular activity, along with providing custom training for as many days as you can commit to and the exact gym equipment you have available. Also, you will have a tailored nutrition plan based on your unique physiology. I wanted something that everyone could afford. All of this is available for $1 a day on my website. Right now, if you click the link in bio under app, there's a 7-day free trial. I'm looking forward to helping you change your life. What I would not do is use unstable movements. So in the case of the RDL, we talked about using an assisted single leg RDL. I would not do traditional single leg RDLs because this is a balance task. Yes, you can add load to it by holding a dumbbell, but the core root of it is balance rather than building muscle. So make sure that when you're picking single leg movements, they are ones that you can still load and they are ones that you are stable in. Another example, I would not do something like what we call a suitcase bent over row. Instead, I would do a chest supported single arm row. Because those are more stable patterns. So one, make sure that you're doing single, but do not do unstable movements. The second thing that I would do is utilize tempo when it comes to your eccentrics. So the eccentric portion of a lift, if I'm squatting, is as I go down, and the concentric is as I come up. When I'm bench pressing, the eccentric is as I come down, the concentric is as I go up. When I pull something, as I pull it towards me, that's the concentric. The eccentric is as I let it back away from my body. When we're talking about tempo, 3-second versus 6-second eccentric seem to be equally as effective. However, If you're doing a 6-second tempo, you are definitely going to be using less weight, which is our whole purpose here. We're trying to make less weight more challenging by dividing and conquering and by slowing down our tempo. So let me show you what this actually looks like. If I'm going to bench press, single arm, 3, 2, 1, fast press. 3, 2, 1, fast press. That is a tempo of a 3-second eccentric. Now I'm going to show you a 6-second eccentric. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up. By slowing down the tempo, you will need less weight. If you did something like a 10-second tempo with 50-pound dumbbells, especially doing it with single arm on an incline press, you will be shocked at how incredibly challenging it is. What I would not do is I would not utilize what's known as time under tension. Time under tension considers the entire length of a set and is separate from tempo. When we compare tempos, as mentioned, for the eccentric, they are equally effective at building muscle. When we compare something like time under tension versus simply lifting more weights, time under tension fails miserably. So an example of time under tension when it comes to squats, I would be timing not only my way down, but also my way up. And I would be controlling the entire thing slowly. Every single time when we compare a fast concentric to a slow concentric, the fast concentric wins each and every single time. So you do want to utilize a slow tempo when it comes to eccentrics, but you do not want to utilize time under tension. And my third and final do is to utilize non-synergistic supersets. Supersets that involve exercises that in no way interfere with the performance of other exercises in the superset. So as an example, when you bench press, you use your chest, you use your triceps, you use the front of your deltoid. You are not using the side of your deltoid, the back of your deltoid. You are not using the front of your arm, your biceps. You are not really utilizing your core or your legs. And so you could do something like a bench press and then move into something like an abdominal movement and then follow it up with something like a row pattern, which will then utilize both your chest, your back, and your core because none of those exercises interfere with each other. What you do not want to do is to utilize exercises that are synergistic in a superset together. As an example, you would not want to bench press, which uses the front of your shoulders, your chest, and your triceps, and then go right into a overhead press, which also utilizes your triceps and your shoulders, and then move into something like a skull crusher or a tricep extension, which again utilizes your tricep, because those exercises will all interfere with each other and will dwindle the performance of each subsequent exercise. We have found over and over again that non-synergistic supersets work incredibly good at building muscle, and they are also very, very effective. So if you're traveling and you're short on time or you can't get to the gym as often, using non-synergistic supersets is a cheat code to get your workout in and to do it in a more efficient manner. And those are my do's and those are my don'ts of traveling. Guys, if you like what you saw today, you can always hit subscribe. We put out one long format piece of content each and every single week here on YouTube. I put out short format content each and every single day on TikTok, Instagram, and also again here on YouTube. My name's Jacob Ziemer. I've been a coach in the Westchester area for the past 10 years. I've helped thousands of people online get in the best shape of their life. If you want to learn more, you can head to jacobziemer.com. Thanks for tuning in.